I feel like I've covered this gun already. Oh, wait a minute. These two guns are pretty much the same, but with some obvious differences. But is the advantage of using standard M4 magazines worth the price jump? This is the G&G ARP556, a new addition to the airsoft world that has gathered a lot of hype recently. But today we'll be taking a look at the build quality, features and quirks, its range, its pros and cons, and all the other good stuff you need to know. But this isn't thanks to G&G who set up this review and Airsoft GI, which is the place where you can get this PTW for $300. But if you end up liking the ARP9 that I'll be referencing throughout this video, then you can get one of those for $240 with another link I'll leave in the description. I also put out some first-person gameplay of me using the ARP556, so if you want to, then go check that out for some good hits with this gun. Alright, so let's get started where we always do with the unboxing, which begins like any other G&G rifle, with an eye-catching graphic and glazed cardboard box. Lifting open the lid, you get the normal manual and G&G paperwork like a small catalog. The manual will show you how to use your controls, how to insert a battery, and all the things you need to know to get started. Then after that, it's all about the ARP556 and its deep black metal high-cap magazine. My initial thoughts were there's another high-end G&G that felt really good straight away at about 5 pounds. I'm not much of an M4 guy, so you really have to impress me with some redeeming factors that will make me want something. So I'll be trying to list all the reasons why I really wanted this gun. Starting at the front, we have the same polymer amplifier that can be found in the ARP9. I want it to be known that it's made from polymer and not metal, as I made that mistake in the ARP9 review since the dense feeling of this amplifier fooled me. This amplifier really makes this gun crack when it fires, so if you really like to be known on the field or the arena, then you'll love this device. Or if you want to replace it with your own device, then you can take advantage of the 14mm counterclockwise threads underneath on the metal outer barrel. However, you'll have to clear the gap in between the rail and the outer barrel, so some devices may not fit. Speaking of the rail, we have a 5-inch metal mil-spec M-LOK rail setup, which is really nice. But as you can see, the bottom portion of the rail is extended, going past even the amplifier slightly. You even get painted on trades on a monolithic rail that begins as metal before turning into polymer as it connects with the receiver area. The rail can be removed though, for whatever reason, after taking out 2 small Allen screws. Up top, the ARP556 and 9 come with these pretty nice removable metal flip-up iron sights that are both adjustable for elevation, while the rear sight is adjustable for windage as well. Moving on to the polymer receiver and its controls, I can say that these are more standard than the ARP9s. If you've ever handled an M4, then you know the controls of an ARP556. However, you do get ambidextrous controls like the charging handle, the fire selectors that are equal to the amount of force needed to control either side, which is a plus, and your magazine releases also ambid. I'm beginning to really love M4s with ambidextrous magazine releases, as it gives me more options just in case if I need them in game, so this is a pro for me. Another slight change between these two models is the flat and hook trigger and trigger guard that are relatively the same besides some texture on the trigger guard, and the ARP9's trigger is skeletonized, but both of these triggers are still flat and very nice on semi-auto, so if you like that instant and short trigger action, then here you go. Going further into this, the electronic trigger unit and inline MOSFET will allow you to change your standard full auto selection into 3-round burst if you simply have a battery plugged in, switch to semi-auto, and pull the trigger and keep it back for 5 seconds. Then you'll have burst fire to your disposal, which I tended to use in the thick forest area of my home field. The hop-up can be accessed as you would expect, but you'll have to hold back the charging handle to adjust your rotary style hop-up. This will click into place as you adjust it, and I like the large teeth on the adjuster as this will make everything so much easier to do. The pistol grip is now a bit thicker than before, but the PTW stock battery compartment is just the same. You'll get this button that will allow you to pull out the stock when depressed, or to close the stock. It's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. But if I really wanted to nitpick, I'd say that another cut in the stock's guide rods to allow another position in between open and closed would have been a great addition, but it's still great the way it is. Battery placement is another easy task after you pinch off the polymer cap from the buffer tube. You don't get a crazy amount of storage in this buffer tube since the small type 2 connections share the same space as the inline MOSFET and the fuse, so be sure to use something like small 9.6 LiPos or thin 11.1s, unless you're fine with rubber banding on the battery onto the gun like I did with the ARP9 last time. Once again, like the ARP9, I'm really liking this gun, even more so since I can use any of my M4 magazines with this 556 model. The included high-cap magazine worked fine, by the way, if you're wondering. I had no issues with feeding or jams, but I didn't expect anything less of G&G high caps. They always seem to work fine for me, so I never doubt them. Next up at the chronograph at Airsoft Revolution 15's arena, I got a low of 286 and a high of 297, so this should be fine at any CQB arena out there. And with the 11.1 LiPo, this little M4 dished out a lovely 22 rounds a second. Despite its low FPS readings, this gun still did great at 150 feet, even with an unadjusted hop and .28 gram BBs. proving just a little bit more that a butt ton of feet per second doesn't equate to range. In the end, the ARP556 and the ARP9 proved to me their worth. Both feel comfortable and lightweight while being highly maneuverable. Range was great as well as the rate of fire with the LiPo battery, and I know these will make great bases for HPA setups. I know small PDW M4 type rifles are not great for everyone out there, but what do you think about these ARPs? And what do you think of the ARP556 with its ambient controls, small size, magazine capability, and its look? Is it all worth $300 or no? Let me know in the comments down below because G&G will be taking a look at all of those comments. For me, I'd recommend the ARP556. And I'll probably even be buying one for myself because I just really like this gun. And so did everyone else when I let them use it. I hope you enjoyed my review of the G&G ARP556. Be sure to check out the description for all links to send you off to Airsoft GI's web store so you can get one of these sent your way when it goes on sale. But until the next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck, and I'll be sure to see you all next time. I love that 3-round burst. I love this gun. I'm done.